Have you been considering Midlothian, Texas, but you're just still not sure? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of moving to Midlothian, Texas. So if you've been considering Midlothian at all, this is a video you will not want to miss, so stay tuned. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Glad to meet you. My name is Wendy Pinnell. I am a local real estate broker here in the Dallas area. If you want to know everything there is to know about Dallas, Texas, or any one of its many suburbs, including Midlothian, be sure to hit that subscribe button, click on that little bell. We have been in business since 2007, helping buyers and sellers just like you every day, and we absolutely love it. We're also a family brokerage. So if you like the idea of our family helping yours, be sure and head on down to that description section. Check out our Let's Find Home questionnaire. You know, you're also welcome to call us, send us an email, drop us a text. Really, any of those ways work. We're just glad to help you find your new home in Dallas, Texas. But okay, today I thought we would go through, talk about Midlothian, the pros and cons, right? Because, you know, if you're just not sure about Midlothian, you've been thinking about it, you've been hearing a lot of good, I think this video is really going to help you. Because, you know, as much as Midlothian is this fantastic city, we have to be realistic that it has its cons too, right? So where are we right now? Well, we are out here at Hawkins Spring Park. And when I thought about, you know what, where would be a good place to start a pros and cons blog tour, Hawkins Spring Park came to mind because it really kind of signifies the family involvement that you'll find in Midlothian. So I don't know if you can see behind me all the soccer fields there. Soccer is huge in Midlothian, and on any given Saturday, if you drive by Hawkins Spring Park, you're gonna find soccer teams everywhere, and you're gonna find the parents and the family on the sidelines cheering their kiddos on. One of the many things I love about Midlothian. Now, Midlothian is having exponential growth. In the past 10 years, it has grown by 110%. Year over year, it's growing by 6%. So it's a hidden jewel, Midlothian is. Maybe you've never even heard about it, but it's not gonna stay hidden for long because it is growing like crazy. All right, though, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go through, we're gonna do the pros and we're gonna do the cons to let you decide for yourself. So let's go. We are out here at the Grove talking about pro number one, which I'm thinking you can guess just from where we are. It's new construction. I know you guys have heard me say so many times that Midlothian is just exploding in new construction. In fact, if you've seen our Mansfield vlog tour, we talked about how Mansfield has like 20 new communities, and that was pretty impressive, right? Well, would you believe Midlothian has over 151 communities, right? And I say over because it's adding more all the time. With those communities, it has the possibility of 1,446 different floor plans. Are you blown away yet? Because to me, that is just astonishing. Tons of different builders, so many options, so many customizations, so many price ranges. I have even heard that they have prices as low as $350,000 for new construction, which is just mind-boggling. Anyway, that is definitely your pro number one. And you know, really, even with the new construction, you can get acreage here. You know, so if you're just like, Wendy, I want new construction, but it has to have acreage and I'm not going to consider anything else, then I'm going to tell you, okay, well, centrally located would be super difficult. So we can go either far north, where you're going to pay more and have a longer commute, or you can come south to Midlothian, right? Where you'll have maybe a 30-minute commute and you can get acreage and brand new construction. So anyway, so definitely pro number one, new construction, tell you what, I'm going to show you a little bit, drive around the Grove a little bit, you know, and then we're going to head on over to pro number 2. So stay tuned. We are out here at Midlothian Heritage High School where we are talking about pro number 2, which is Midlothian schools. Definitely a pro number 2 on that one. You know, let me tell you a little bit of fun facts here about Midlothian Heritage. Did you know it has the number 6 best athletic program in all of Texas? And it's also named the number 2 best public high school in Ellis County. Now, their band program, tell you what, it is amazing. In fact, this one is particularly interesting to me because I was in band, you know, when I was in high school 30 years ago. And I remember we would just practice our hardest and we could really hope to get a superior rating in the UIL competitions, and time and again, we didn't. We would get a 2 instead of a 1. Well, would you believe that Midlothian Heritage High School has gotten that 1, that superior rating, 22 times in a row. So we're talking about an absolutely outstanding band program, great athletics, great academics. Okay, but you're probably wondering, Wendy, tell me a little bit more than just about the high school. Well, Midlothian High School has 8,946 students. It was named the number 2 best school district in Ellis County. Student-teacher ratio is 16:1. It has a 94% graduation rate. What does niche.com have to say? Well, niche.com gave them an A- in academics, an A- in college prep, and an A+ for sports. Not surprising, right? Excellent athletic department. If you were to look at publicschoolreview.com, you know, there's 14 schools, and of those 14, publicschoolreview.com, 4 had a 9 out of 10 rating, and 4 had an 8 out of 10 rating. Now, extra bonus, icing on the cake, is that many of the schools are new, right? Because Midlothian is growing so fast, so it's making new schools all the time. So you have modern equipment, new and shiny, plus these excellent grades. So yeah, pro number 2 is definitely Midlothian schools. But I gotta tell you, the best part that makes pro number 2 for Midlothian schools is the parental involvement. I don't know if you've ever seen a community with the parents so committed and so involved in making sure their children get an excellent education. So yeah, pro number 2, without a doubt, gotta be Midlothian schools. All right, so hang on because we are gonna head out now and we're gonna go take a look at pro number 3, so stay tuned. We are out here at Mockingbird Nature Trail, where I wanted to talk to you about pro number 3 for Midlothian, which is low crime. You go out here to public places like this, you don't see, you know, gang graffiti or anything like that. You don't see trash all over the ground. Just in general, there's just this sense of community in Midlothian, and that really is reflected in the low crime. So let me kind of throw some numbers your way, okay? The total crime in Midlothian is 59% less than the national average. Property crime, 55% less than the national average. Violent crime, 76% lower than the national average. In fact, Midlothian's crime rate is lower than 62% of all Texas communities. So that just kind of speaks again, once more, I think, to the community commitment in Midlothian. People look out for each other. I love that, and the low crime rate. So yeah, that has definitely got to be pro number 3. But now, as fabulous as Midlothian is, and it really is a fabulous place, we've got to be realistic that there are some cons to Midlothian as well. So right now, I'm going to give you a little bit of look around this park, and then we're going to head off to con number 1. So stay tuned. We are out here at the Midlothian Town Crossing because no matter how fabulous a city is, and Midlothian is pretty fabulous, we have to be realistic that it has some cons as well. So we are out here again at Midlothian Town Crossing because this is the hub of what Midlothian has to offer in terms of retail. So, you know, we've done vlog tours of Arlington with massive amounts of, you know, retail. We've done vlog tours of Waxahachie, which had a lot. But in all honesty, Midlothian just really does not have that much. It's really much more of a bedroom community where it has a lot of homes, but not a lot of retail. You know, so where do people go here? Well, they'll tend to go to Waxahachie for if they have any major retail shopping that needs to be done, or they'll go to Cedar Hill, right? Those are your closest ones. But yeah, you know, you've got grocery stores. You're not gonna be hurting there, you know, in terms of shopping, but especially if you're like, hey, I'm in the mood to go watch a movie. You're not gonna be able to do that in Midlothian. So yeah, so con number one, lack of retail and entertainment, just keeping it real, right? All right, I'll tell you what, we're gonna show you a little bit of this retail, and then we're gonna head on out to con number two. We are out here at Methodist Midlothian Medical Center to talk about con number two, because pretty much this is it in terms of jobs. So con number two is Midlothian doesn't have very many jobs. Now, I'm just kidding when I say this is it. There are other jobs. But if you were to look up zippia.com, it only lists 2 major jobs in Midlothian. Look up Mansfield, it's going to list 16. Look up Waxahachie, it's going to list 6. Okay, so one con to Midlothian just doesn't have enough jobs within its city. You know, and really that makes sense because Midlothian is a bedroom community. But usually with the bedroom community, you're going to get kind of a sleepy feel, and yet you have Midlothian just growing at this rapid pace. Now, I've often talked about how Midlothian has this fantastic triangular location. It's right here, you got Fort Worth here, you got Dallas here. It's just a wonderful commute in terms of being close to both. However, the problem is that as Midlothian grows, so does all the commuters, right? Because they don't have jobs here. And so you end up building up a traffic problem with that commute. So, you know, the commute could be 30 minutes, but doggone it, it turns into 45 because of all the traffic. So definitely con number two on that is there just aren't that many jobs here in Mansfield. All right, well, you can kind of see what you got here, and then we are gonna, I'll take a little bit of footage, and then we're gonna head on over to con number 3, so stay tuned. We are out here at the Brandy Ridge subdivision because I wanted to talk about con number 3, which is that Midlothian is growing super mega fast. Now, we talked about how new construction was a pro, and it is, and yet you have to wonder, is Midlothian growing too fast? And here's an example. Mansfield has new construction too. It's growing at 2% a year. Over here in Midlothian, it's growing at 6% a year, so 3 times as fast as Mansfield, right? So what's that gonna bring you? Well, it's gonna bring you a lot of construction, a lot of trucks, right? Moving in and out, just a lot of traffic. Traffic is really going to increase because it's gonna become a problem. Why is that? Well, number one, you're beating up the infrastructure a little bit more. The more you increase that population, the more you're going to need to take care of the infrastructure as well as expand it, right? You're gonna have expanding roads that you've got to deal with. And while you're doing that, you have more people coming in. So you've got a double whammy on traffic, right? More people plus construction. So anyway, so the fast growth, I would say that that's a con because you can grow without it being super fast, but Midlothian's not doing that. Midlothian is exploding. In the past 10 years, in fact, it's grown by 110% in the past 10 years, right? So huge growth in Midlothian. So yeah, I would say that's a con. Also, you know, you're gonna see a lot of new schools. Hey, they're new and shiny, great, right? Except that in the middle of 3rd grade, your kid might be redistrict, right? And then have to go into another school the next year because of that fast growth again. So yeah, I would say overall, and you can really, you know, see this in Brandy Ridge. You've got some homes that are completed, some aren't, and then just some, you know, blank land. I would say this is a really great example of that. Con number 3, Midlothian's just kind of exploding in growth. And you're gonna have some growing pains that go along with that. So yeah, so there you have it. Our 3 pros, our 3 cons. We are headed over to Midlothian Community Park now, where we're gonna wrap up our vlog tour. But first I'll kind of give you a drive through the neighborhood so you can get a flavor for Brandy Ridge while we're out here. All right, let's go. We are out here at Midlothian Community Park, wrapping up our vlog tour. And you know, when I thought, where should I go to wrap up this pros and cons tour? Midlothian Community Park kind of really, I thought, personified what Midlothian has, right? So if you look over on this side, you see a beautiful baseball diamond. The community park has several of them. They've got a playground, they have places to play soccer, they have places to play basketball, volleyball, football even. They have paved walking trails, right? So much to offer. But then, you know, you walk over and you look on this side, what do you see? Construction, piles of rock, right? Not so great, right? And so that really kind of shows you, I think really again shows you how much both the pros and the cons of Midlothian. But you know, I wanted to share with you the biggest pro of all. So I want to read this to you. This is a real story that was shared with me recently, just a few days ago, in fact. It says, I was stranded on Midlothian Parkway this afternoon with a very frightened 5-year-old. Within 10 minutes, I lost count of how many people stopped to offer assistance, thinking I had a flat tire. My car was eventually towed, and a very nice family stopped and took us home after stopping by McDonald's to buy my godson a Happy Meal. When I expressed my gratitude, their response was, "You're more than welcome. Glad you all are safe. We look after each other in Midlothian." So how can you better sum up the pros of Midlothian than that final sentence? We look after each other in Midlothian. Isn't that beautiful? So that just gives you a great idea of those pros and cons of Midlothian. It's just a fantastic community. But tell me, was this video helpful? Was the vlog tour helpful? Do you feel like you know a little bit more about Midlothian? Well, if it was, best way you can move on from there is to check out another video, right? And listen, while you're there, check out the description section of this video, because we've got several ways that we can give you more information about Midlothian. The first one is you can click on the link and download up-to-date price sheets on the new construction in Midlothian. You're gonna find a link for that there. The second one is you're gonna find a link for our Midlothian new construction community guide. Give you a little bit more of an idea of the new construction communities. I can just tell you right now, it is not all inclusive because there is so much going on in Midlothian, but it does give you some good insight into at least 9 of them, 9 or 10, I think. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. Listen, if you have a move in your future and you like the idea of our family helping yours, definitely check out our Let's Find Home questionnaire. You know, or you can give us a call, drop us a text, send us an email. We'd love the chance to help you find your home in Dallas, Texas. You know what? But for now, thank you so much for watching, and listen, until next time, have a great day.